Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for all the feedback we've been getting so far. Anna and I are really tired. It's been very sweet of you all to let us know how you feel. So in this episode, Anna is actually flying solo.
And the reason why is because, as you guys know, there was also a mum to my niece, and she was feeling a bit under the weather on the day, so unfortunately I had to fly solo.
I mean, I had FOMO for sure, so I was literally on calls with her whenever I could. Mind you, the reception sucks.
Can you hear me? Yeah, and
Yeah.
she doesn't want to leave me alone.
Yeah. So Anna's flying solo and she comes to site and there's a flurry of activity as per usual, with key focuses on joinery and marble templating or rather quartzite templating in the kitchen and deliveries, loads of deliveries that she's checking in on. So
lots and lots to do.
In the technical, that's how it is.
It is.
It's fine.
What was that measurement? Just so I know.
Here Anna's talking through the media wall with Kieran. We had to accommodate a bracket at the back of the wall, but the bracket depth was not working for the position of where the TV was. So they were looking at how best to accommodate that within the overall depth of the unit. So they were just mapping out all of the different positionings.
Yeah, I mean the whole purpose of designing these media walls, it was to kind of create a niche where the TV kind of sits flush with the joinery. So the challenge was in the fact that we had to put the bracket within the existing wall and then build the joinery of the media wall, then fit the TV on top of the bracket and the niche that we've created.
And it was also about, how we position the TV. So it was supposed to be sitting as flush as possible to that media wall, because in actuality we've got like this really cool element where we've got chains hanging from the ceiling, giving the illusion that the TV is hanging off of chains. So it needed to be as flush as possible to the media wall, while kind of hiding all of the details, like the bracket details behind the media wall. So you're also here talking to him about the media wall in the media room, and was about the plinth.
So yes, in the media room we are creating a plinth, and we are actually mitering the plinth with an embroidered tile. And we were just basically talking about the scaling of the tiles and how the joints are going to meet. And also we were talking about the fireplace that we were going to build on top of the plinth for the media room. And this fireplace is really unique because it has the curvatures coming from inside.
So, one of the things that we've mentioned time and time again, and one of our signature moves is curves, right? So that could be concave curves, so kind of creating a cave-like element, or convex curves, like kind of going in, right? So one of the things that Anna was, cleverly playing with was the combination of concave and convex. And then the other element that we really love about this media wall in the media room is, again, the contrast of curves with straight forms. Because one of our other design colleagues mentioned to us, or asked us the question actually, how come we didn't actually design the media wall to have curves on the outside around the fireplace? And that was kind of really key to this design. In order for the curves to have the prominence that it has, it needs to have a contrast, and that contrast sets off the difference, so it's a point of difference in the design. So that point of difference helps you really appreciate the curve going into the fireplace. I hope that makes sense.
we faced a lot of challenges when it came to the kitchen and the templating of the sink and the tapware because
Yeah, because there was okay, we were replacing the original niche material with the Taj Mahal quartzite, as you know. And the Taj Mahal quartzite came to a certain thickness. Also, at the back of the original unit, there was a mirrored backsplash, whereas this is the quartzite, so it has a certain thickness. And also, with regards to the templating, we had to make sure that the cutout for the sink was going to be of a certain size, because that was going to affect the integrity of the durability of the worktop if it was going to be too big.
and bear in mind that we kept the structure of the kitchen the same, so we did not change the kitchen unit, so that didn't give us a lot of options to play around with.
So we were limited by the size of the actual existing sinkhole.
Timeline.
We were limited by the timeline. We were limited by the size was limited due to maintaining the integrity of the worktop. The size was also limited because we had to push the tap hole forward because the thickness of the quartzite at the back was affecting that. So for several reasons why we needed to change the sink dimensions, and sourcing the right sink at the right dimensions within the right timeline, which we needed within a week at the time, was mental. So Anna's inside dealing with this drama and basically calling me frantically to like source the right sink yesterday.
That doesn't mean she's not with me. She's not gonna,
I'm just not physically with her, but I'm still there in spirit. The guys are also now sanding down the walls on site, and this is after removing each one of those slats, slat by slat, like tooth by tooth, painstakingly. And naturally, since it was attached to plywood, there was a lot of chips and lifts and bits that had come off, depending on how much elbow grease they had to put in to remove those slats. So they're busy sanding and filling and sanding and filling at the moment.
Oh, good, yeah. He's just gonna load, he's getting some bags.
We had a lot of deliveries coming in today on site, and the first one was embroidered tiles all around the house. So that was the plinth for the media wall and for the master ensuite shower. That was the main areas that we were covering at the time.
Yeah, and I think what's so beautiful about this embroidered porcelain tile, mind you, is that it's a porcelain tile, and we wanted to choose a porcelain tile that resembled as closely as possible to marble, because we were using so much of it. We wanted to do it in a cost-effective way, and we're working with miters. Kieran is the best at mitering, and we knew that in order to save on cost, but still without like implicating the overall look and feel, and Prada was a good shout. It's a beautiful finish, and it really lends itself to those earthy tones that we're trying to inject throughout the house.
So guys, one of my favorite deliveries of all time was the Casino Cow lounge chair that was arrived specifically for the media room, and we have a very special place to locate it next to the sliding doors, and it's gonna look phenomenal.
She fought tooth and nail for that one.
Really good.
I love it! Don't pretend. Oh my days, I love this! Ew!
So one of the most important aspects of being an interior designer in general is making sure, obviously having the products in hand, but then you also need to check the products, check the delivery, make sure that all the products are right firstly, all the finishes are correct, there's no damages. If there's damages, you do need to take videos and photos to have it as evidence, and trying to communicate that and showing that to Dil, because obviously she wasn't there at the time, was such a difficult. We were in such a difficult situation because of the reception of the house.
The reception was so terrible, and it really hindered everything, because while I was tending to Dilara, it was I wanted to make sure everything was running smoothly, and there's only so much Anna could do at the time on site, and we didn't have the rest of the team on
Yeah.
site with us all of the time. So yeah, that was a little frustrating, but at least Anna was really pleased and was able to send me over the photos and the videos of all of the products, and they were all in pristine condition. We were really happy with that.
You know, one thing as well with what we do in general, there's a lot of challenges and there's a lot of obstacles. So if you just let everything kind of drag you down and make you feel negative about it, then really and truly you're not going to enjoy the project, you're not going to enjoy your environment, and everything is just going to be really depressing. So we just need to keep our energies high, and if there's
Yeah.
any challenges, we just need to deal with it, you know.
I mean, you don't get into this industry to have smooth sailing. Every single day is a new challenge, and no 2 days are the same. It is, about being able to problem solve at a whim under tight timelines with limited resources sometimes, and doing
making
so.
sure everyone is happy. And you know, when I say everyone, I mean literally the tradesman, the client,
Yeah.
the people that we supply our materials and products from. So we just try and keep a very peaceful balance between everyone.
Yeah, call us magicians, why don't you?
They're massive. They are absolutely. You are right.
The next day, Anna's back in solo, and she's checking in on progress. Media walls are moving along swiftly and smoothly. They're starting to plaster. It's all brilliant, and she has some work to do herself.
Yes, call me Bob the Builder. Actually, this is a very clever hack that you can do in literally any project in any space.
I think it's about just thinking about the needs of the space, and
you really don't need to always spend an arm and a leg on everything that you do. You know, we tried to keep things as cost effective as possible where we could.
So the inspiration was to have like this streamlined long piece of sideboard at the back of the lounge sofa, where you could style it with some beautiful artwork and some books, magazines, decor, just change it up whenever needed. And when we were playing around with our sourcing and budgeting, we realized very quickly that, hey, we don't really need to break the budget with this one. We were getting the stainless steel done anyway for the kitchen and other areas of the house.
Yeah.
And we thought, why not clad a unit in stainless steel? And if that unit is being cladded with the stainless steel, does it really need to be super high end if we want to achieve the same look?
The question is no. You don't. You don't need to spend an arm and a leg to create something nice. As long as you have the vision and as long as you have an idea in your head, then you can implement it. And the idea, as Dill mentioned, was to have a floating sideboard. And we actually went to IKEA and we designed a sideboard that was long enough but also had enough space on either side in order for us to fit our beautiful.
Oh, these are like to die for. I can't wait for you guys to see it, but it's literally a piece of artwork in itself, and it's these sculptural totem floor lamps. They're honestly so beautifully designed and worth every penny. Yeah. So we were like, if we were going to, put a lot of the budget towards those lamps, then we wouldn't want to necessarily spend on the sideboard, which in effect was a unit that needed to be as minimalistic as possible and also just be able to store and hold decorative objects.
That's why I was the Bob the Builder. Basically, I have to give credit to Ingrid as well because she did help me a lot.
She's behind the camera, by the way.
She's the camera lady. So we actually opened it up and we put it together and we literally just told the guys that they need to install it to the wall. They literally just needed to make the back wall secure for the IKEA unit to kind of sit on top. And then Jason,
our vinyl expert,
he kindly helped us to place the stainless steel sheets on top of the sideboard, and then we also wrapped the inside of it the same as we wrapped the kitchen units.
Yes, the exact same methodology of the kitchen, wrapping the inside with a stainless steel effect vinyl, and then the outside with the stainless steel fixes. Yeah, and that was Anna's back-to-back solo site meetings. Obviously a lot to handle, but she did so well. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you really enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you think in the comment box below, and if you liked it, then do smash that like button, subscribe so you can follow along. In the next episode, we are going to be back together, and we are looking at more progress at the house, plastering that's going on all over the show. What else is happening, Anna?
So actually Pav is coming to discuss the tracks with us.
Yeah, and a whole lot more, to be honest. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So good to have you with us again for another episode of The Invisible House.
But why? Hello. I thought she's gonna stop, and then she was continuing, but my mouth didn't stop. I was like, hello.